Hey everybody, Tony here with Nothing But Car Reviews, and today we're taking a look at a new 2022 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LT Trail Boss. So let's get right into it. So I love this color for 2022. This is that sand dune metallic, which just looks so epic on these Trail Bosses. And then our interior consists of jet black leather as part of that LT premium package. So there's plenty of stuff that goes in that package, but I'll get into it later. And then our powertrain on this truck consists of a 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. And this V8 is not gonna have the dynamic fuel management, so you're getting about 14 miles per gallon city, 19 highway. And then we have our LED tail lights, which is probably my favorite thing about the LT Trail Boss as opposed to the standard or custom Trail Boss. And then we get a 120 volt, 3-prong household plug in there if you want to plug in your laptop while you're doing work or something like that. And then there's our power up function, which I love when it has the power up down tailgate. Now there we have our fuel filler there. Just put regular gas in it with the 5.3. We get passive keyless entry on the front two doors, and it looks like GM has done away with that, with having it on the back doors for the 22s. I'm just seeing that less frequently. We have our high clearance running boards there. And then down here we have the 20-inch aluminum wheels. They're a little dirty, but they look great when they're clean. And as you come around to the front here, as part of this refreshed front end, we have our LED headlamps, LED daytime running lights, LED fog lights, and then with it being a Trail Boss, we have the red recovery hooks there. And just a really great look here. I just love the gloss black here. You have the blacked out badge and the chrome outline there. Looks really, really good. But then of course, you have your plastic here, which doesn't look too bad. Let me go ahead and pop that hood. There's that 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8, which is good enough power for 95% of consumers, I think. And then the other 5%, if you want to pay the extra money for that 6.2, go ahead. But here, I really like how they put this hood scoop here. Looks really aggressive. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look from the driver's seat. So from the driver's seat here, I really like that the seat's just wide enough to fit my wider stature. And being 6'3", I have several inches of headroom, actually quite a bit, so really impressive there. And I'm still comfortable, and I have about an inch or two between my knees and the bottom of the steering wheel, so really impressed by that, and a really good feel here. But going on to the door panel here, we have plastic here, but I really like how they put this kind of faux wood grain here. It really does make a big difference. And then with the brushed aluminum and all of that. But we have power door lock controls, and then we have our power window controls, and then we have the driver's side, which is one touch up and down, and then our power mirror controls there. Of course, we can lock the windows. Now, as part of that several $1,000 LT premium package, we do get this Bose sound system, which is always nice to have. Bose system is just always great in the GM products. And then we have two cup holders and a big mat pocket there. Going over here to the lower dash controls here, we have an electronic parking brake, which we can press that to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage. We have our 4-wheel drive controls. We have 4-wheel up, down, 2-wheel, then our automatic mode, and then a tow haul mode down here. And then we can toggle between 3 modes, normal, sport, and off-road for our drive modes. Then of course, headlamp controls, fog light controls. Over here to the steering wheel, we have our cruise controls here, forward collision gap adjust there, heated steering wheel toggle, and then behind the steering wheel, we have our trackless or radio station favorite toggle there, and then a paddle shifter here. And I really like how they're starting to put the paddle shifters in these sportier trucks. But to the right side of the steering wheel, all of this right here, the scroll, and then these arrows here control the gauge cluster, and you have plenty of options to choose from having this new all digital gauge cluster. But voice recognition button here, and then we can hang up our phone with Bluetooth here, and it also works as a mute button. And then behind the steering wheel we have audio, so we can do up, down with the same buttons over here on this side, and then we have a other paddle shifter there. But with all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look from the passenger side. So from the driver's seat here, I have a 10-way power seat, so seat bottom, seat back, and then our power lumbar support. Unfortunately, we do have a manual seat in this particular model for the front passenger, but if you're never going to have anybody in here, just save your money. But over here to the glove compartments, we have a top one here, we just press that button. Little storage there, if you want to put a small pistol or something in there. And then down here we have a glove compartment, and you can lock that, of course, with the key. And then we have our owner's manuals, etc. But let's go ahead and take a look at this radio here. We have a 13.4-inch Google Assist screen, which I love that they put these in here with these new interiors. They're fantastic systems. You get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth audio, Google News, podcasts, and you have a USB hookup as well. But most importantly, you have access to these Google Maps here, which is phenomenal. We can look at traffic patterns, gas stations. I mean, just really intuitive, but also very easy to use. And then, of course, with our audio, we get wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto as well. And then we get the trailer app suite and all of that as part of this LTE premium package. So we can add a trailer. And then, of course, we have plenty of camera views. So there's our backup camera there. We have our front camera there. And then we have our curbside camera. And then our curb view cameras for either side. And of course, we're backing our hitch up. We can get nice and precise with that. So just a lot of functions that you can get used to and learn to love with this trailer package that we have on this particular truck. And then I like that you can still have this pulled up, and then if you want to have your music or the clock pulled up here, you can do that. But we have buttons, which I really like as well. So lane keep assist, parking sensors, auto stop, that up down tailgate. I love having that because it's really nice if you're going to Lowe's or something, somebody's loading your truck up, you can put the tailgate down, then put it back up. You never have to step out. And then this button here, we can roll down all four of the windows simultaneously. Then of course our hill descent control, traction control, hazards. Down here we have our AC controls, so dual zone automatic climate, and we also have 3-stage heated seats for the driver and front passenger, and we can either heat the seat back or the seat back and the seat bottom, which I like having that functionality because sometimes I just want the back, other times I want my whole body heated. And then we have our trailer brake controller here, push button start, and then USB-A, USB-C input there if you want to charge your phone. Now down here to the shifter and all this around here, I like that we have plenty of space to put a phone there or something, or really I'd put change or something there more than likely, but plenty of storage, 2 cup holders. Now this all new shifter we have here, press the brake, push all the way up for reverse, and then you can tap down for drive, or from park you can pull down for drive, and then you can tap for low mode, and then from drive you can just tap up and you'll be in neutral. Press P for park. Key fob here. Once again, love having that functionality for that tailgate because we can make that go up and down from the key fob as well. Remote start, lock, unlock, panic. Let's check out center console cubby space. Wireless charging pad, love having that. 3-prong 120-volt household plug in there. Removable tray, plenty of storage, and then 2 more USB ports, a USB-C and a USB-A there. And then up here we have the controls for our power sliding rear window as well as our universal garage door transmitter. And then it's always nice if you have bigger pieces of wood or whatever, you can open and close that. But that's pretty much it for the front. Next, let's go ahead and take a look at this rear seat room. So from the back seat here, really good space. I'm 6'3", like I said earlier. The seat in front of me is adjusted for someone of my size, and I still have a couple inches of leg room here to keep my knees from the back of the seat, and several inches of headroom. So me being 6'3", you can fit even taller adults back here, no problem. And then plenty of space underneath the seat for my feet here. But I like that we have clothes hangers here, especially if you work a lot and need your dress shirts hung up. It's nice to have those so they don't get wrinkled. But over here we have charge ports, a USB-C and a USB-A, which is pretty much standard in the industry now. And then we have our 2 AC vents here for the back, and then 2 cup holders up top here, which I like how they kind of incorporated that into the center console cubby space. And then middle seat, pretty big now that I'm looking at it, but cup holders on either side and a little storage if you want to put a smaller phone or change or food, whatever. But with all that being said, next we're going to go ahead and take this LT Trail Boss out on the road for a quick test drive. So right off the bat in normal mode, really good power from the V8. I love how responsive it is with this 10-speed. It just feels like it has a lot more to give as opposed to when there was an 8-speed mated with this motor. Very impressed. So after driving a Sierra AT4X, it's crazy how much better the ride quality is in the Trail Boss, with this being an off-road truck as well. Of course, the AT4X it takes that to the extreme, but I might go with this over the AT4X just for the ride quality, because this rides so much better. And surprisingly really smooth coming down the interstate here. And just a small tad of wind noise, but a lot of that has to do probably because the tire noise is not as intrusive as I was expecting, so I can actually hear the wind. But really you have to look for it. You're not going to just notice it. And even though these aren't perforated seats, they're leather, but they're just a standard leather, I like how much more comfortable they are, in my opinion at least, over the stiffer perforated leather. It's just kind of that, it's not necessarily plush, but it's more plush than the perforated seats in my opinion. And I really like how nicely they feel. Preparing myself for a little pull here. Yeah, for some reason this just pulls really nicely. Not to what I'm used to driving a 5.3. And this isn't even in sport mode. I'm going to test that out really quickly. Oh yeah, it keeps you revving high. I like that. Just all in all, I've driven a lot of the newer Silverados, but for some reason, I'm just really impressed by this. And the ride quality, I keep forgetting I'm in a Trail Boss. I'm thinking I'm in an LT or something like that, but this rides so well comparatively to the AT4X I drove. Really impressed. And really the only way that you know this is a Trail Boss, if you just got in here blindfolded, is from that giant hood scoop there. But the interior, very luxurious. Overall drive dynamics don't feel any different compared to a normal LT. And honestly, I was kind of set on that AT4X in terms of being my favorite out of the GM lineup until I drove this. I might get a 6.2 in this Trail Boss, but definitely would keep the sand dune, black leather. I'd want cooled seats, but if I found one that didn't have it, I probably wouldn't complain about it. But finally, I'm just going to give my final thoughts on this truck and let you all take a look at the window sticker. So I want to give a huge shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Trail Boss today. I'll leave a link below to the truck as well as their full inventory in the description. But let's take a look at this window sticker really quickly. So of course, it's before any market adjustment or anything like that. Sticker's at $65,100. And like I was telling you all earlier, this LT Trail Boss Premium package, I definitely would recommend getting that because you do get the leather package along with the Bose system, rear sliding window, home remote, all of that. So pretty good package there. But final thoughts on this truck, I definitely was rather impressed in terms of ride quality. And now looking at the tires, these are actually more of a street tire, kind of off-road tire, kind of mesh. I really like that, but love this color. Love the truck overall. That 5.3 liter does put in work, even though it's a smaller V8. So if I were to get one, I would definitely go with this. Of course, I'm an electric car guy myself, so I'm waiting for the Hummer EV, Silverado EV. I'm really excited about those. But if you're looking for a gas truck and don't want to necessarily pay extra for the 6.2 and have to worry about that fuel mileage, this is the way to go. So I want to thank you all for watching the video today. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe if you like what you saw. Otherwise, I'll catch you on the next one.